Here's my 2004 Ford F150, purchased on Craigslist. I got it for, it was stock, bought it for $5,000. Had to pick it up out in, I think it was San Dimas or somewhere out there. Just went and went to Dirtworks Off-Road out here in Corona. Got a 3-inch leveling kit put on it by Dirtworks Off-Road out, like I said, out in Corona. Then he sent me right over, after getting that done, he sent me right over to America's Tires. Got me hooked up on some Nitto Terra Grappler G2s, some all-terrain tires. I was gonna go with the mud terrain tires, but you know, I didn't want to go with, you know, have a lot of noise. And then also I didn't want to have to deal with replacing my tires because I don't do any off-roading. The only thing I do is take my tent trailer out with my family, and that's pretty much it. But I got it hooked up on a really good price on the tires, mounted and balanced. I believe I paid for the tires, or 33-inch tires, I believe I paid $848 out the door with tax and everything like that, mounted, balanced. Which one thing I did like about these tires, which the reason why I went towards them, I didn't know about these until I actually went on the Nitto website. You can actually change the tires inside or out, depending on how much ruggedness you want the outside wall to actually look like, which I went with more of, you know, the more thicker of the lightning bolts on the outside to give my truck the more rugged look, to try to play out the, you know, like the mudder look, I guess you would say. But other than that, I believe my truck came out pretty damn well for, especially it being, what is it, 12 years old. So yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of headlight restoration on it, things like that. The guy I purchased it from, also the front bumper was fading, just on the spots where it looked like maybe snow sat on it. The roof was fading on the top, and then the hood was also fading. But what I did was I just found a guy online. Like I said, I'm a web designer, so what I did was I just hit him up, told him I'd design him a nice little website if he would paint the hood, my front bumper, and then let me walk over to my roof, show you what he did on my roof. He did a good job on my roof. He does have to redo it. That's not a problem because I actually dropped it off on a Sunday. And we live in Southern California, and all of a sudden on Monday it actually rained. So he was trying to get the job done and everything, but it was actually raining outside. But other than that, it turned out pretty dang good. I do got to replace this back light because when I bought it, he had it all taped up. Small repair, you can still see it, so it's not something that I had to put on it. But the reason why I'm actually back out here, I went to go get an alignment on my truck, and when I went to go get my alignment, they actually told me that they couldn't do the alignment. Reason being is when you get a 3-inch leveling kit on a truck like this, or 2.5, you definitely, it recommends to get an alignment done on it. With the alignment, they said they couldn't do it because when they actually pulled up lifted the truck up, the tires were actually loose. The lower ball joints on it were actually almost shot on the truck. So I took it out to San Diego because we went to a bachelor party. The drove truck fine, but I did notice that my tires are wearing a little bit more actually on the outside of the tread. So the outside of the tread's a little bit more worn than the inside of the tread, which is all right. I've only been driving on it for like 4 days or something like that, but it did wear down quite a bit for just 4 days. So I would always recommend definitely getting the alignment done as soon as possible. Most people said you could wait 2 weeks, but I definitely wouldn't wait 2 weeks if you're doing like a 3-inch leveling kit like this. But yeah, I'm here. He's actually hooking me up with putting the ball joints on it, which they are, I believe they're right on the bottom down there. So what he's doing, he's actually going to replace that lower ball joint on both sides of my truck, because like I said, when he brought it up, it was actually moving. The tire was actually moving. Oh, there it is right there. So it's right on the inside right there. But yeah, so he's going to replace those on both sides because it's crazy. Both sides were actually shot, and then what he's doing is he's actually upgrading them to the, I believe they're the Moog lower ball joints, and what those do is they're actually built for this type of issue, because I guess Ford's, some other trucks have these issues with their lower ball joints. So what this is going to do, it's actually going to help out with my lower ball joint, so I won't have to replace it. I was going to buy the ones from AutoZone, but after talking to a few people and reading some forums, they told me that basically if I did purchase those, I'd be back in the same spot in about 2-3 months with the same problem with the lower ball joints. So I decided just to, you know, go with the upgraded one. Like I said, he's doing me a good price. on it. And you know, if you guys want any work done, any off-road type of stuff at all, I would actually really look into going to Dirtworks Off-Road. This guy does really custom work. He's worked for most of the biggest off-road shops in Southern California, running them and then also owning them. So now he's actually doing his own thing, has his shop out here at the Corona Airport. So like I said, come down, check him out. Dirtworks Off-Road, his name's Bill. He's a great guy, he'll give you a good price.